I've always wanted to do one of these. Never done one before.
Well, congratulations on being here.
Look, I'm not happy with that performance, but I'm happy to be sitting here, put it that way.
Nice. We'll talk about it. I mean, you were tested a little bit, but I mean, you got to show that you could battle through it and get the win. So what are your thoughts overall?
I don't know what I was expecting that fight, to be honest. You know, I think I was expecting to go in here and go through this kid, and obviously it didn't happen. You know, I think in my head I looked at potentially just literally in my head for going into this fight, I'd take him down, I'd take his back, and I'd sub him. As simple as that. And it didn't go that way. When I was on my back looking up at the sky thinking, how did I get here? It was quite surprising. I'll be completely honest with you though. You know, we planned very, very, very well for this guy. There was no stone unturned, and it was really funny because going into this camp we knew he had a very quick 1-2. But that was a different quickness. He kind of put me flat on my back, and I was like, okay, this wasn't in the game plan.
I was going to ask you, you had several months to prepare for him, right? So did it just take you by surprise, or do you not like study a guy? Look,
I study like crazy, I do, you know, and until you're in there looking at punches coming at you, you realize how quick they really are, you know, and you know, he was good, man. At the end of the day, Montel Jackson's a respectable name in this bantamweight division. You know, to say he's one of like the gatekeepers inside that top 15, top 20. You know, and all fairness to him, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. You know, there was not much bad blood there. He's quite a quiet guy anyway, but very, very good. His striking and his striking was also a surprise. I kind of not looked through that, but I thought my striking would have been level par, if not better. And I felt like tonight he got his striking off better. Maybe after that first shot hit me, I had to kind of readjust and get going to the game plan. But I've got some awesome coaches behind me who helped me along the way, and that's what got me through that fight. My condition, I had the same fitness going from the first round into the second round into the third round. My fitness is my best attribute, and that's what gets me through them grinding performances. Not that Uncle Dana would be happy with a performance like that, but I'm sorry, Uncle Dana, maybe next time. But then again, my last performance I give a fight of the night, so you win some, you lose some.
Last thing for me, where do you want to go? I mean, obviously you had the setbacks against the elite competition, but you've picked up some victories since then, maybe showed some grit, you know, tonight. Where do you feel like you go to? I mean, do you feel like it's time to face that elite level competition again?
Yeah, you know, John, I'm a very different fighter to these guys you're going to interview tonight. I'm a crazy different sort of fighter where if you ask me if I'd prefer to have a 10-second knockout or go in there for 15 minutes and get dropped 3 times and win, I'd prefer option 2. It's just the way I am, you know. I've been brought up that way, been brought up quite on the streets, really, you know. Where we're from in Wales, it's really tough. And yeah, the next step for me really is to have that similar sort of fight. You know, I'd like to fight a legend of the game, you know, and there's no disrespect when I'm calling these names out. These are names I want to fight because these shorts that I'm wearing tonight will go up in a frame, and they'll go up in a gym where one day after I finish my time with Show MMA and with KGB, I'll open my own gym, and these shorts will go up on the frame wall in the gym to show the kids in my area, look what you can do. And I'd like a pair of shorts where kids can look and go, look at Brett, he fought someone like Urijah Faber. Now that's a name I would love. Obviously, that would be completely up to Faber and the UFC. Is that performance good enough to be screaming for Urijah Faber? Not in my opinion, but I'll be completely honest. I'm not in this sport to hate people. There's enough hate going on in this world right now. I'm doing a job right now, and I got no animosity to someone who kicks my ass, or if I kick someone else's ass. It's all just part of the game. But yeah, a legend like that would be fantastic, and just to be in there with someone like that would be crazy.
What do you think? How do you think your game would match against Faber's?
Faber's a good guy, you know. Heavy hands. I watched him fight Ricky Simon, and he shows he's still got that power at the age he is, and I think that's fantastic. Like, people think I'm looking at these fights as if they're easy wins. I'm not scared to fight anyone. I'm not. I proved that. I fought the best guys in this division. You know, I fought the Aljamain Sterlings, the Pedro Munozes. You know, I fought the prospects of people like Montel Jackson. You know, I'm in this game to just make a name for myself, and for people to look where I'm from and think, you know, well, that guy did actually make it. He did well. And if my career falls flat on its face right now, I'm happy. I've done what I've needed to do in this game myself. I've won 2 world titles outside this promotion. I've had how many fights on the UFC now? I can't even remember. How I've lost count of my fights in the UFC. But I've had a lot of fights in this promotion, and I've absolutely loved my time. And I'm 28 years old, you know, and I feel like I'm a veteran. It's funny, really, that when I go to the gym, people kind of look at me as the veteran of the gym, and it's nice, you know. 28 years old, still quite young in the game, and you know, I had a lot of adversity this fight, changing camps. Obviously, you know, working this side of the world. As you can see, I'm not very, very, very tanned. And we are in Abu Dhabi. I'm white. I call it Paul Felder white. That's what I am. And yeah, it was different. It was nice because the first time I've come to this side of the world and fought. And I'm so thankful for the experience.
You have 7 fights in UFC, by the way.
7. Right, okay, there we are. 7. I got 7. It's a lot, that is, you know.
Speaking of Faber, he stayed out for a few years and then he came back for a couple of fights. Do you think he ever fights again? Maybe,
you know, maybe. Like I said, and like I don't want people taking this interview and thinking it's a disrespectful thing. You know, I've never really called someone out before. But if you're asking me if I wanted a fight, it would just be for me personally, for my kids and for the people around me, and for people who are from Wales who are massive UFC fans to look at that and think, well, he's actually fought someone. Like, even now, people come up to me and go, you fought Pedro Munoz. And the game, the whole sport where I'm from in Wales, is starting to develop. Now, we are the only nation in the United Kingdom which has not had a UFC. UFC Scotland, UFC Northern Ireland, UFC Dublin, UFC London. No Wales. Still no Wales. And I've got a handful of fighters in that country who would be happy to step in there. Myself, someone who smashed it on Wednesday, Jack Shaw, Jack Marshman, John Phillips, Orban Elliott, all these different guys who will eventually get there. Orban's a guy who's an up-and-coming in the UFC. He will be a guy who gets to that level and overtake this game. People like him. And for Orban, oi mush.
Brad, what are your thoughts about the current bantamweight champion and the fight that we had just the last week?
I think Petr Yan is a fantastic champion. You know, he looked really good. Although an older opponent, don't get me wrong, but by God, I love that fighter. You know, who doesn't like Jose Aldo? His years and years of sacrifice and dedication to this sport. You can't help but look up to someone like him. I was having food earlier this evening, and I sat there and I looked to my left and I saw Pedernera's there, who is Aldo's coach, and I saw Aldo, and instantly the hairs on the back of my neck were standing up. You know, the guy is an absolute legend, and to be in the same division as someone like that is scary. You know, I'd step in with him. Don't get me wrong, I would. I'd go in there with someone like him, but it's a very, very scary, stacked division. And I'm happy I fought some of the best guys in there. You know, I'm not looking at that division now thinking, oh, I wonder what it's like to fight the Aljamain Sterlings or the Pedro Munozes. I've been there and done it, you know. And after coming off them two losses, that really hit me hard back then. Looking now, it's not as bad as a thing now, but when I fought them years ago, it was a kick in the stomach. It really, really, really did hurt me. And I'm not afraid to lose. And I think I'm not here to beat Montel Jackson. I'm not here to beat the Urijah Fabers. I'm not here to beat the Petr Yans. I'm here to beat myself. If that title picture comes, then amazing. I fight for a title. But I'm here to fight myself and beat myself and become a better person for this and start influencing the world, you know, because at the minute, we need a lot of that. You know, there's a lot of bad things going on right now, and we need them people who are going to help other people and not just take. And I want to be that guy that people look up to.